In 1986, Uganda was only 14 million people. We are now 46 million people. And this was because of our programs of immunization. That's how the population grew. There were some structural problems which we took over and inherited. One of the structural problems was the elite. The elite who were originally colonial elite, but after independence, this elite, but with sort of the colonial education, expanded in numbers, because now literacy rate in Uganda is quite high. It's about 77%. No, but this elite are not sensitive to common people's issues. So there has grown an urban population of what we call the lumpen proletariat. Who are neither farmers. In our case, actually, you have like now four groups. You have the traditional non-money farmers who are only working for the stomach, who are like 68% in some areas, or overall. Then you have about 32% of the people who are working for the stomach, but also the pocket, who are part of the money sector. And then you have a small group, not very big, not as big as the others, of then now you have industrial workers. So you have the non-money farmers, you have the money farmers, then you have the industrial workers, and then you have this group, the lumpen proletariat, who are neither farmers nor workers. They are called Fanon. Fanon called them elements déclassés, declassed elements. They don't belong here, don't belong here. They are easy to deal with. They're easy to deal with because they actually disadvantaged children who did not complete their education. Then their parents didn't have this or that, and they ended up on the street, and then they started taking opium, and now BOBI wine is from that background, so their protest is legitimate. I totally, because it helps me to fight my elite. Because see, my elite, we are not caring about these people. For instance, in 1997, because for me, I am aware of all of this. In 1997, I introduced free education. But my elite blocked it. Because when they go down, they are trying to get money from all families. They want to make education a business. So they block I'm spending money for free education, but they also charge money from the families. So what I intended to be free education ends up being subsidized education. But now subsidized education, if you subsidize me, but I don't have the money to top up, how does my child continue in school? He drops up. He drops out. He becomes a BOBI wine. He drops out. So actually, the lumpen proletariat are created by our elite, who are not sensitive to the social issues. And this is just one example. But you get other distortions in budgeting. So this protest group is good. But the problem is that some people like BOBI Wine, their mistake is that he has linked up with you people, the foreigners, you fellows. So you are now the ones driving him, because you now bring your half-baked ideas about Africa. Museveni has stayed long in power. Yes, but I'm not looking for a job, and I would like, if you can allow me to take you, so that, to see that I'm not in need of a job. I have never been in need of a job, a government job. All my children have finished education. There's only one is working in the army because he's an army man. All my other children, nobody's working for the government. I don't need to work for the government. But we must solve the historical problems of Africa. So now BOBI Wine, instead of understanding the social issues of his in philosophy we call it not a class but a substratum of understanding the issues of his substratum and looking for allies, because I'm an ally of those children. That's how I started free education in 1997. Why did I start it? At that time, we didn't even have enough money. But I started it because I knew these children cannot afford. Then I have started very many programs: youth fund, women fund, this fund, targeting these people. Cheap capital for them.
You're an ally, and the protests are legitimate.
So now, instead of looking for allies, which the others are doing, the other youth, actually they have abandoned him now. That's why they are coming and joining me. Because for them, they are not against anybody. They are only concerned about their problems. So, and since they are concerned about their problems, and one of the problems that BOBI Wine is having from his group is that these former street children, who are now adults, are telling him that you man, yes, we were street children, but we grew and survived because there was peace. At least there was peace. And some of us have even prospered through singing, through boxing, through these things which did not need much education. But now you are bringing, because he is linked with you people, you are the one, you see him as an instrument of implementing your confused ideas about Africa, about longevity. Because now you are coming here, this is your problem. This is the one you started with. In your head, you are not aware of the pre-capitalist society of Uganda. You are not aware of anything. Your problem is that Museveni has been in power for long. This is the first question you asked me.
No, I understand that. I think you have a very